What have you been up to over the last week?
Bob, I'm going to avoid too much talk about the last week. I poured my soul out to you in the car.
Rem had a heart-to-heart with me.
I did. I said, Bob, I need you for a sec. It was stressful, but things, I'm going to continue on the streak of 2023 being hopeful. And I think things are okay. The anxiety stuff is all justified, and it's about good things and things that are going to change. So I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you doing?
I am well. So unlike last week where we just literally did an audio episode about video games, we have the full studio set up again. I am super excited about that.
Yeah, it's great in here too. The lighting's perfect.
Yeah,
Kiss.
Literally, we have the lights set up, we have the camera set up, we have the entire backdrop set up, we have our logo back.
We've got Headshot Kurt.
We have our logo back. Hold on. And it doesn't want to play. At least it's not playing in my ear.
Not mine either.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, pretend you hit it and I'll do something.
I did. It was applause. That was all it is. All right. Anyway, I figure before we get started on this episode today, I wanted to do this during the wrestling episode, but because everything around that was just so stressful and everything.
Yeah, great episode, but oh my God, we both almost had strokes.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do is something that is long overdue for you guys out there anyway. I wanted to start giving shout outs to our people, to our followers across all medias, all socials, and on our website.
We see you.
All right, so ready, here we go. This one is from the Podbean website. I broke it down. This is by the Podbean website. This is where the podcast can be found.
And Jamie better still be in there.
He is.
Right.
He is. Yeah. He may not be in there. Yeah, he's under Podbean. All right. So we have one of the wrestling guests that was on there, Ian Langois. I'm pretty sure I said your last name right.
Langois.
Sorry, Ian, but I wanted to give you a shout out. Shout out to East Bridgewater fellow person, myself, Mike Snellgrove, who has his own podcast, and he loves what we're doing. Shout out to Joe Daggett, someone else I went to school with. Shout out to Casey Haddad, also someone I went to high school with. Shout out to Davey Boy, Davey Nielsen. Dave Nielsen has his own like video gamer station.
Nice.
Like he doesn't really do podcast, but he just kind of does. He monetizes playing video games.
It's a good thing to do if you can.
Cool for you, man. Obviously, Steve Hayward, musician galore. Here's a shout out. We did give Rebecca Harvey a shout out. She's a former alum of somewhere we worked. Jamie Stewart, obviously going to give you that.
We're going to punch you in the face. We love you. Come on the show. Shut the fuck up. We love you.
All right. Okay, here are some Facebook people that I do not know in my personal life. So D'Angelo Daniel, want to give you a shout out. Thank you very much for coming along. Kevin Camo, thank you for coming along.
It's for you, Kevin.
Erica HB, thank you for coming along. Russell Eagle, sorry, not Ego, Eagle, Russell Eagle, thank you 100%. Now we go to Twitter, 80s then and now, The Guys Review, La France Neves, Alia Stender, Alana Sharmer, Valerie Farrell, is that Tamari Paggio, Aretha Warner, Clara Erickson, Team Boston, Rhonda M., Callie Millard, Letitia Rowan, Brain Department, the Produce Stand Podcast, and Mary. Thank you guys for following us on the Zennial Aussie Podcast.
We're gonna applaud you.
Yes. Thank you, because apparently the applause doesn't work.
And we would not have a show if people didn't listen.
Yes. So I don't know if you do it or not, but regardless, pay it forward. We will give you these shout outs. Pay it forward to people you know that may be into the podcast. Yeah. And on top of that, we're just going to keep rolling with episodes like today. And so on that note, Rem.
Wait, one more thing I'd like to present, if it's okay with you. Some of y'all probably have some interesting stories, and we want to use this podcast as a forum to tell interesting stories. So if any of you guys we just talked to want to reach out, have an idea, anything, please, we love that shit.
Exactly. So hit us up on YouTube. There are people. Some of these people do follow us on YouTube, and I didn't want to kind of double it up. I wanted to kind of limit it to.
We can't go too hard.
The first place that you guys followed us on. But also, hit us up on YouTube. Hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up personally on Facebook, or hit us up on the XOP page. Hit us up on Podbean, or hit us up on Twitter at X_O_podcast.
Yeah, and my name is Remy Carrero, and that's my name on every social media. No numbers, no bullshit. So anybody who wants to reach out, it would be amazing to hear from some of you. That's all. Continue, sir.
All right, so let's get back into it. What are we going to talk about today on this episode?
Cults of personality.
Q, Living Color, great band. Doesn't get enough due beyond that song, but just doesn't get enough due for how awesome they were.
Good. Okay, we're talking about cults.
Yeah, we're talking about cults. we're going to do a little bit of a history on some cults, but specifically we're talking about cults that were huge during the 90s and a recent cult.
Yeah, it's interesting how they relate or don't relate, and it's me and Bob are going to try to approach it from Bob. We talked about this before, an educational standpoint. We're not going to try to come in with judgments or guesses or anything like that. We're just going to kind of.
If you know me, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm an academic. I take like a scientific approach.
Definition first. We work off of that.
Yeah. And we're gonna go into kind of the blueprint of what makes. I don't want to say a good cult. I don't want to say that.
But the
what
cult
makes
formula.
What makes us a successful cult?
Yeah.
We're gonna go into that stuff. We're gonna go over specifically. We're gonna spend a lot of time on 3 specific cults. 2 are from the 90s. 1 is from pretty current.
Very current.
Very current.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into kind of what kind of like social psychology stuff. What kind of people are attracted to cults? What makes a good cult leader?
And I'll be completely honest. I didn't run this by Bob because I thought it'd be more interesting to do now. But when I had my website and I had my Remlins, you know about my Remlins. There was a time when things were so chaotic in my life and I shot so high that I actually flirted with the idea of a cult because I already had fans that were branded and people.
I know what you're saying and where you're going with that, but it immediately just makes me go
oh, exactly. Well, that's why if you're smart, as soon as you humor it, you see the horror in it. Because there are other people like, man, if you had an island, I'd come out there, and it's like, oh, this is how fucking Jonestown started. That's all right.
So just to give you guys a rundown again, we're gonna give you a quick history on some cults that happened before our time. Then we're going to get into the cult. We're going to get into these 3 specific cults. But first, we're going to play the opening song.